We're streaming, so if you say anything, it's live.
Alexa, how apparently it collects all your data and like what you say.
Sure, your phone does that. Welcome to 20 years ago. They've been collecting your shit forever.
Well, some guy requested to get his information. He was sent a whole file of somebody else's, and it was like videos of him like while he was sleeping and all this fucked up stuff.
Yeah, it's over.
Or it's just beginning.
Back to that Ifft.
Are we on?
I'm trying to find your feed.
See, it works. This works, man. When I was a kid, I swear to God, I thought.
Yep, your word's on.
Because
I don't like that camera.
Yeah, the angle.
Because of sci-fi movies and shit and books. When I was a kid, I thought they were watching me. Always. I always thought they were watching me. In the bathroom,
Just your forehead,
in my room.
actually.
I thought I was right on the edge. I thought I was right off.
You're good.
Now I'm good, yeah.
Right?
Like, we're caught up. They are now.
From here?
Hold on.
What if they've been watching your whole
Yeah, I
life?
see it. Yeah, you can see the thing over here.
Have you ever been masturbating and you thought to yourself, someone's watching you? Like, especially...
Fuck yeah, they're probably firing both cameras on the iPad. Front and back.
Yeah.
Like, Snowden told us all about it.
I wave to them when I'm doing
Oh,
it.
dude, do you think the poor fucker that's assigned to me is, like, got nausea issues?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're hot.
Oh, we are. Welcome to the Bingle Show. Keep that all in. Jason and I were having a great conversation. If everyone else could keep it down while we talk about jerking off.
National security.
Yeah, I mean, those two go hand in hand. I saw a friend of mine from over a British comic that he got like a letter in the mail that said, or an email that said, because nobody gets a letter in the mail. He got an email that said, hey, we have video footage of you whacking it, you know, like through a porn site that we've hacked, that we turn your camera on and we film you, and we're going to pass it out to all your contacts if you don't give us X amount of money. And I told him, I go, I'll pay you to see that video. But I'm sure at this point we're all getting. When I jerk off, I try to perform for the camera.
I just try to get it done. I don't have time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still doing it?
When I can.
Like you have
It's
no time.
tough.
I know.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
Like it's like a special deal.
Yeah.
You know?
We're on a delay. We're just hearing ourselves.
Yeah, we got. Is that Ernie? Are you watching it in delay time out there, dude?
But you're also a father, so you've got to like find secret spots.
Yeah, the bathroom.
Secret times.
You lock the door.
Yeah.
You know, like you get that. You just as quick as you can.
But even if you lock the door, just knowing they're out there ruins it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Or you can.
Dude, What? Yeah.
Did I show that? I was taking a shit one day, and you just see my daughter's toes under the door. She's going, Daddy, Daddy. And I've taught her privacy. Yeah. Privacy. You have to give me my privacy. Yeah. She just, that word does not exist in her lexicon.
The boy still takes naps. So there's that window there that, you know.
21 times a month?
21 times. Promise21.org.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Promise21.org.
Well, welcome to the Bingle Show.
You gotta masturbate, or no, you need to release like 21 times a month minimally.
Is this really a thing?
It helps fight prostate cancer if you have regular ejaculation.
Men are supposed to ejaculate, and that's why.
And women.
It's like 30%
preferably
reduction
in women.
in risk by jerking off 21 times a month.
Preferably in women. The problem is that more and more women are saying no.
Well, you know, like just staying away from men helps women not get cancer. Pretty much.
That's true. Women get cancer from men. Men get cancer from not being in women.
Yeah. Well, there's also like I saw some stuff that like there's a lot of relationships that are discovered between viruses and cancer. Like there's a lot of viral interactions, and that might be the root of
like the
all cancer is viral.
Really?
Possibly. Well, it's just a theory.
What if you were patient zero?
for viruses?
Yeah. Wouldn't be possible because you weren't very promiscuous. However, it could have been if the one or two women you had sex with in your life were extremely promiscuous.
Like Kentucky whores.
What do you mean by that?
They're pretty rough, I'd imagine.
What, Kentucky whores?
Yeah.
Why Kentucky?
Because I've been there. Yeah. And I've seen their whores. It's like Tijuana, dude.
So
but not as safe.
Kentucky women are different?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I can back this up.
Dialect, skin tone, viscosity.
Viscosity is a great word. I was in Covington, Kentucky, which is right over the border from Cincinnati. I was in a Waffle House one night, and the girl came over, and I was with all the girls that were like worked at the comedy club. We all went out to get food, and we're getting food, and we're all shit-faced. And the waitress comes over, and I'm pretty sure I was really drunk, but I'm pretty sure she had a cigarette.
Oh, inside, yeah.
Yeah, at Waffle House. And she said, this is years
right.
ago too. This is
right.
This is 20 years ago. And she goes, she took everybody's drink order. And she goes, what do you want, to me? And I said, I'll have a beer. And, usually someone would laugh and then go, what do you really want? She just walked away. She came back with everybody's drinks, and she put everyone had like a regular glass or whatever. She put a styrofoam cup in front of me full of beer. And I go, what the fuck? And I go, where did you get this? And she goes, me and the staff have a keg in the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
dude, this is where like the mafia like would go and hide out when they were on the lam from Chicago. They would go down into northern Kentucky. They had these like speakeasy houses. There's one, it's beautiful too. Like the architecture is amazing. And that's where they had whorehouses and dice rooms and all that shit down in northern Kentucky.
that stuff's gonna start propping back up again because the free market, as much as like all these women's movements really want to like shut this shit down, it's just pushing it underground where there's gonna be more and more of it that is like.
Yeah, it's like it becomes like subcutaneous.
Yeah.
And then it just swells up and then it bursts out.
Speaking of women's movements, I just went into the Improv to see who sold out the main room, and it was a podcast called Girls Gotta Eat, and they told me it sold out in 10 minutes, and every single person sitting in the crowd is a woman. I felt like I was at the Ellen show, and they are screaming and cheering, and there's 3 or 4 girls on stage, and they are talking about relationships. And the crowd is going fucking bonkers.
Yeah, well,
and they're not, I mean, they're funny, but they're not doing bits.
They don't have to.
The crowd is enamored of them.
Yeah.
And I've realized this, when guys go out and talk, like just sit around a table and shoot the shit, whether it be playing sports or sitting in a restaurant or at a bar, probably about, and this is gross generalizations, but probably about 5% of our conversations consists of relationships.
Oh, not even.
Not
even. No, this just came up this week because I was talking to somebody.
But my point is, when you get to the female, on the contrary, 95% is relationship oriented.
My wife goes down to South Bay to watch Bachelor with like a pack of women, and it's a big fucking deal. In order to go watch, you have to host. So they take this turn, and it's a tour, and it's like dinner and all this shit. And
my wife was at book club last night.
Yeah.
And it's just an excuse for them to get together to talk about
Well,
their
it's funny, it's like,
relationships. They just shit on us there. Do you know that?
Yeah. Well, I just recently had reconnected with someone that I hadn't talked to in a really long time, right? As a friend, and like my wife was like, "Oh, well, what did you say?" I'm like, "Oh, hey." Like, we just, like, hey, how's it going? Good, yeah. Then we got back on track with whatever we were talking about or thinking about. But we didn't, like, relationship it out. Like, it wasn't like, well, you haven't talked to me in 6 weeks. And, like, all that other, like, and there's no minutia or whatever. What's the word?
I don't think I've ever talked to a guy about my relationship with my wife.
Not even your priest?
I talked to my priest about my relationship with him.
Through a lawyer.
I just tweeted I wanted to cause trouble. I wanted to get on. There was a hashtag celibacy matters. And I wrote to them and I said on Twitter, hashtag celibacy matters. If it does, then stop fucking kids. I cannot believe I heard Rogan talking about it, and I messaged him saying like he was talking about the cult of they were talking yesterday on his podcast all about those Catholic school kids that were wearing the MAGA hats that were taunting the Indians, but turns out the Islamist guys were taunting them first. It was just a bunch of kids being fucking kids. But they're fucking idiots. But whatever, they just it's whatever they do. I've done much worse, probably way worse, in my life, and it's just because somebody said, I think it was Rogan said, like if they didn't have the Trump hat on, this wouldn't be a story, and it's because they had the Trump hat on. All of a sudden, they get to put them in that box and go, oh, these are fucking MAGA, fucking, and I don't, I can't.
They're smashing mailboxes.
Yeah.
They're hitting the boundaries. They're just being asshole kids.
Just asshole kids.
We didn't have Trump hats to wear when we were stupid asshole Midwestern white kids.
Yeah. You just had a Klan hat you could put on.
It was attached. It was more like a hood.
No, you know what? I remember a group of kids coming when I was in high school. A bunch of kids came to our Halloween dance at school, or we had a band. It was like my freshman year, and the band called the Gods played, and a bunch of kids came dressed as ghosts, and I'm using air quotes, but they were dressed as Ku Klux Klan members. That was their joke, that they were Klan members, but when the school was like, hey, you can't come in dressed like that, they were like, what? We're ghosts. But then they were like, ha ha ha, we're Ku Klux Klan members.
You gotta admit, though, like, going back to the other thing, though, that kid and the old man, like, making him cry and fuck with him, it would have been a lot.
He made the Indian guy cry?
Yeah, he was weeping and shit. He was traumatized.
They cry over
shit.
litter a lot.
Okay, all right. That's just, I'm not going to touch that. It would have been really a lot to not beat the fuck out of that kid if I was there. I'm dead serious.
If you were the Indian or you were just
If I
watching?
was just there, I would have smacked that little fucker in his long-ass nose and knocked him down.
A
hard.
kid? You would have hit a kid?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, because
I'm not there. I don't travel, so.
I remember when you wanted to hit a guy that was like beating up on a girl.
It's just as driven. Like when I see that, like I said it would have been a lot. It would have taken a lot to not do it.
I need to see you fight. Can we get someone?
It doesn't last very long.
We did see you wrestle, but I want to see you fight.
No.
Are you getting too old for it?
Yeah.
I'd love to see you fight though.
Man, I'm in that.
What if it's for a reason like this? Like
those reasons have to be organic.
What if we have like it's like a tweet someone gives you like when they need you for like you show up?
No, that's called call 911.
No, but I would rather them call Jason Howard.
No, he's retired, man. He's an old man. I got a kid coming in April. I got another
You're
one.
done.
Like,
I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. They go, "How's Jason doing?" I go, "He's doing well. He's a good father. He's handling it." I go, "But he's got number 2 on the way. He's done. You will never see him again. He will never be on this bus after number 2. We will never. You guys, everybody, say goodbye to Jason. When's the kid gonna be born?
April.
April. You will never see Jason Hour again.
He's so big now, dude.
He's really big.
Yeah, well, he's taking after his dad.
He's a big boy.
We will never see you again after April.
That being said, this is what my wife wants to do, and I wanted to talk about this shit because you did something similar, I think. Her lease ran out, so we had to get a new vehicle.
You bought a Winnebago.
No. We got the 3rd row. We didn't get a Winnebago, but we got a decent-sized vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
She wants to do a road trip after the girl's born.
After?
Like a month after, like
a month after?
Yeah, and go on the road and go see her mom and then my parents and then come back.
That's suicide. You'll commit suicide.
Do you think
you'll drive the whole bus off a cliff?
No.
Jason, you will not not 1 month after. A year or 2 after?
Yeah?
Yeah. Not a month.
Okay, actually the first month was
Jason, I did it without a child. We just had 2 dogs. And I made it all the way to Pittsburgh. Everything was great. We had a great time. I was like, I think I'm going to propose to this girl. This is like the one. We drove back. She got her period. while we were packing the car, she goes, "Oh, I just got my period," and I was like, "Oh, I just got to go get a plane flight," because I knew that this was going to be the worst. It takes about, like, if you go just like normal and stop like 8 days to get back.
Yeah.
We made it in 3 because I drove like a crystal meth trucker.
Well, we were gonna go for a couple hours, go see some shit, stay somewhere.
Listen, you'll do what happened to me. I just stopped talking, started driving. I pissed in my pants. I didn't stop I was eating food out of a bucket. I was like, we are getting to LA. I'm getting out of this fucking car. I'm breaking up with her and I'm never going to see her again. You will ruin your family.
Nah. I'm a road warrior, bro.
Yeah, but are they?
They're mine. They're my stock. I think they should be.
2 of them will be.
Yeah.
One of them's not, and that's the most crucial member of this equation.
She's tougher than me. Like
tougher,
yeah.
Which is the bad part for you when you're at a truck stop calling me going, I have no ride home. She took the kids. I'm telling you not to do it.
All right, well,
look, I'm honestly.
Why? What's your reason?
What's my reason?
Yeah.
Because it's a newborn baby.
Oh, the baby's fine.
You're going to have to ride in the back. You're going to have to stop every hour to change a diaper, to pick up vomit, to breastfeed, to do all
This is my
that
second
shit.
kid, you know. It's like the first month they sleep. We can change the diaper. We like all that shit.
If you had a camper van, it'd be different. If you're just in a
No, it
normal
wouldn't.
car.
It's not a normal car. It's a big car.
It's got a 3rd row.
Yeah, but you can't get up and walk to the back and change.
Well, she's
going
to be in the back.
That.
No, like it goes driver, empty, her, baby, then the boy in the very back with his stuff.
No.
How old's the boy?
2.
It's going to ruin your life.
This is going to be the worst thing ever.
It's like you just.
How about this?
You just said to me.
How about
you just said?
How much will you pay to watch the streaming of that?
Yeah. Do you remember when they had to transport Hannibal Lecter, and they put that mask on him? That's how you're gonna need to transport James, like across the country. You're laughing right now.
He gets out of his car seat, dude. He's crazy. He is so, dude. He came up with, you know, those big family-sized like liquid detergent things. Yeah. He picked that fucker up and walked across the room and handed it to me.
Looked like a strongest man
it's
competition.
Like 30, it's like a 25 or 30 pound fucking thing, dude. He's this goddamn.
Izzy, one time in Hawaii, I had one of the seats down to put a surfboard through, and I went into the grocery store. We come back out. I go to put her in the car seat. She like fights me. Like she hates the car seat. And she fights me. She's like, "This is unconstitutional." And
so you put her in the trunk.
She went. I had the seat down. She went into the trunk.
That's right.
And I do a bit about this on stage. She would not get out of the trunk, and I'm just like yelling. I'm like, "Izzy, come on!" I tried everything from timeouts, and she was giggling. She thought it was fucking hilarious. And then I just went around finally, and I opened the trunk, and there was a woman behind me that saw me open the trunk, and Izzy was just in the trunk. So it looks like I have this kid in the trunk. And and she was, I don't know if you know about Hawaiians, but they're very like, I was in the North Shore, and it's just it's a strange place. And like, if you're a haole, you're in the wrong place. And this woman looks at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And I go, oh, she's in timeout right now. And I was like, you want to go there too? And I thought she'd like giggle or laugh, and she looked at me like, I'm calling the police on you right now. And I was like, Izzy, come on, let's go. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And so I was like, I've never I grabbed her. I'm like, come on. I locked her in. And I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of the parking lot because I don't want her getting my license plate. It really looked like I opened my trunk and there was just a kid in there.
You get the wrong cop on that call.
Yep.
You get the wrong social worker on that call. Like that poor woman in fucking New York. She like her kid was
Before
playing
you
with
say
toys.
that, I have to tell you, I told that story on the radio in I think it was Kansas City, maybe. I told the story, and a woman called the comedy club and said, I can't believe you're letting that man perform there. He told a story on the radio about getting his kid and locking his kid in the trunk of a car and said that blah, 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 blah. She goes, I think he really locked his kid in the trunk and he got caught. And this is the excuse. he's using. I'm like, oh yeah, what an elaborate plan. I'm gonna travel the country,
Yeah.
telling it on stage every night and telling it on radio shows to get out of that, potential child support services.
So much for playing to the smartest man in the room.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that how like all rap songs work? They all talk about shooting each other and doing all their gang shit, but it's just a song.
I wonder though, because I know comedians who are giant liars. Like their whole act is just lie after lie after lie, and then like I'll go on the radio and I'll go, "Hey, this is what really happened," or "This is the bit. This is what really happened," but they make it seem like that is really their life or that's really what happened. And then people are like, oh, he's so fucking cool. Did you hear about the time he was... And I'm like, well, I heard the story, but that's not really what happened.
Yeah.
Because that's part of being a comedian. You're a storyteller, and it's a story. It's not... And so I always, when I go on radio, I feel like that's where you tell the truth. Or I'll tell the audience, I'll go, true story. But every other time it's like, hey, suspend your belief, or disbelief. This is where it goes. And some comedians like, no, man, this is the life I live. It's like, no, I was with you.
Yeah, you go home.
That
What are you
didn't
fucking
happen.
You just play video games.
We knew one
What
of
the
those
fuck
very
are
well.
you talking about?
We knew one that wore his pajamas and lived in his room all day long, but somehow was out with supermodels and...
Wow.
Is that who I think it is?
No.
Oh.
They're coming out.
Yeah.
The Women's March is leaving, isn't it?
Yeah. They have a meet and greet.
Oh, they
outside
do
the
here?
bus.
I'd love to get them on here. We could talk about the Me Too movement.
I don't know,
Are we
man.
broadcasting outside?
What do you think it would
Do
go
we have,
like?
the
That'd be hilarious if
right?
we broadcast outside and just started yelling shit at them.
You can
We're
have
on the
that.
bus.
I'll let you. You can go.
You're just out. You're just not.
Oh, I'm not into that, dude. Nah. Nah. I go home and figure out ways to pay bills. I don't go home and work out bits now to piss people off.
I have noticed this is what's happening to you. You're giving up. You're going down that road.
Giving up.
You bought a minivan.
I met people on the other side, dude. There's other ways to go. There's other ways to go, man. You get on the inside track with that fucking mafia, dude. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
can have
telling
your
you.
outsider game all you want, buddy. I don't play
Listen,
that anymore.
Listen.
I'm not.
You get on that
outside
inside.
anymore.
You get on that inside because I've been
Yeah.
on that inside too. You're gonna want to go back to the outside.
Nah.
It's only a matter of
No,
time.
because on the inside is like that's where you pay for college and you get the good
Yeah,
school district.
Jason, this is
Selling out, man. I'm going Republican. Look. We spent $776 billion to bail out the fucking financial systems. Give Trump his $5 billion and fucking build a wall, right?
Oh my God!
Fuck it.
What is happening
Just
right
like
now?
give a
So
couple
lost.
bucks. It's like such a small margin of money to get the system moving again. Fuck it.
Oh
Let
my
him have his
God!
win and then impeach his ass later. Big fucking deal.
Is this
It's
like
called collective agreements. Win now so I can kill you later.
no? This is like George Costanza when he did the opposite of every. Remember when you were off the grid?
Yeah.
And
Cash only.
Yeah.
No credit rating. Ghost.
Where's that, Jason?
I have a car payment and
Tubing out. in the
yeah, I
lake.
got education coming up, and fucking shots and all that.
A road
whooping
trip.
road trip across America. It's 4 hours across America.
4 times 20.
What about living though? What about you were idealistic.
I used to be.
Yeah.
Now I'm realistic. Dude, Gavin Newsom paid how many millions of dollars for that house off the grid? Used a fucking S corp or some shit LLC to file. Like they had to track it down that he did that. Dude's loaded, tapped to be the next Dem president or some shit like that. It's all a game. It's all a
I
hoax.
partied with Gavin.
Good. Did you finger his butthole?
No, I would like to.
I would too.
Gavin was supposed to be,
Alrighty.
Gavin was supposed to be on this bus. We drove to San Francisco. He was another guest that didn't show up. He canceled though, like an hour before the show.
I don't blame him.
And I think what he did was he probably went on the internet
Yeah.
and did some research.
22 seconds later. Oh, I'm out of that shit.
There's a picture of Jason.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri, what
With a
does
firecracker
bingo
in my
mean?
butt.
I asked
No.
Jason. This is how how pro corporate he is right now. I just asked him if he would wear a bingo hat. He said no. He said maybe a bingo shirt.
I'll do a black on black hat.
Okay. You went the black on black.
But the thing about corporate guys, that's where you get your benefits. That's where you get discounts on your cable bill.
He's ready to go corporate.
Like you get all these things, man. I've been corporate.
Everybody here is sad right now.
I was corporate for years, and then I came out here and found Venice. And
fought the system.
And fucking yeah.
And now you're just gonna go with the flow.
And then I healed. Now I got a credit rating again, and shit like that.
Are you happier?
Yeah, I'm relaxed. Dude, you met me when I was fucking
awesome.
Like in a zone.
You were amazing.
I'm still that guy.
I don't know.
I'm just in a different
You want to give Trump the wall money.
Yeah, it's like you got to give a little now so you can take it all back later. That's how I look at it. It's like you give a little now so you can take it all back later. You got to be the political parties aren't being tactical at all. They're being bitches.
Some guy in the audience gave me a funny line. I was talking about the wall on stage. I wasn't even talking about the wall. I was like getting to something else. And he was like a very like pro-Trump guy, and I was just fucking with him. He's a fun guy who's in Minneapolis, and he said something like, he's like, yeah, make the Mexicans pay for it. He was like being overly MAGA. He's like, yeah, get the fucking Mexicans to pay for it. He's like, yeah, get them to fucking build it too. Put that shit on hydraulics. Or he goes, let them build it. They'll put it on hydraulics so they can go under it all the time.
It's the lowrider
And
wall.
I looked at the guy in the audience. I go, can I have that? Can I use that in my act? And he was like, it's all your. So now he fucking writes to me on Facebook. You used the joke yet? No.
Where should I send my invoice?
Yeah. Jason, so you're my guest tonight.
Well, that's what we could do is we could start a fundraiser for the wall, right?
Some guy did that. You didn't hear about that? A guy did a Kickstarter.
They're refunding all the money.
But
they better.
Yeah.
But then we give all the money to the immigrants.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. We give it to the brown people. I like brown people.
I like you when you're really fucked up.
I've been fucked up since I was 3. What are you talking about?
Can you try? Can I see that bottle of vodka, please?
Oh, no. No.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
No,
this is a new sponsor of the show.
No,
we have a sponsor here, Captain Brian's.
Don't know him.
I do. And he's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. He owns Off the Hook Comedy Club in Fort Myers, Florida, which I play once a year, and it's a great guy. I'm good friends with his entire family, and I love them. And he just started. He's a madman. Captain Brian doesn't fuck around. He does everything.
I was gonna say,
he
what
develops.
else does he do?
He owns restaurants. He's fucking doing comedy. He's hosting comedy shows. He
does Ponzi's. He does it all.
No, he does it all. And now he's got Captain Brian's vodka, which I think you can get on his website, Captain Brian. And I'd like you to try it.
It's Brian, B-R-I-E-N.
Yeah, can we get out some of those bingo cups and we'll sip
Distilled
it?
6 times.
Yeah.
It's handcrafted.
And he's got Captain Brian's dark rum, and you like dark.
No, I don't like dark rum.
You said brown.
I don't like dark rum. Rum is the one thing I don't.
That's where the Jamaicans.
Yeah, that's where I don't remember 2 days of my life.
Yeah.
Rum. No, I can't. Actually, rum makes me.
Have sex with transgenders.
No, it gives me like a trigger.
What?
It's like.
Well, I can't drink. I'm
not
still
drinking.
sober.
I'll try it.
Tegan will try it.
Tegan.
We're just gonna
Where
do a
the fuck is
sipping
that
of-
cup been? You pulled it out of a drawer.
I'll tell you where
in
it
a
hasn't.
bus that smells like someone's asshole.
I'll tell you where it hasn't been. Monroe,
Bingo Fest.
Washington.
Yeah. Good joke, Tegan. Good joke. Good joke.
Really
You said, I
One
don't know
of-
where that cup has been. I said, I tell you where it hasn't been.
Well,
Monroe, Washington.
That one hurt. I think we should sample.
Nobody's gonna drink it. except
Yeah,
for
everyone
Tegan.
is.
No.
I'm not
sample.
drinking that.
Here, I pulled my own pour.
Okay. I like the Captain Brian's dark rum because it comes in a jug.
Oh!
No, officer, I swear to God,
I'm a Republican. It's okay.
well, not yet.
Officer, I think you guys should be able to punch people. All right, put in a
You're
cup.
telling me in the 2000s
Just take a sip of it.
Give the money
Try it
to
out.
the
nobody
brown
made a
people.
mistake in the last 20 years?
I said a sip, not a shot.
That's
Okay, little more than that.
That is a sip.
Yeah, give.
I actually wanted
he
a
wants
shot.
a shot.
It's okay, though.
Take that fucker. All right, what you do, right? Mouth and nose together.
Oh, is this
when
one?
You, when you do a tasting on a distilled spirit.
Can you talk in a microphone?
This has like no fucking smell at all. There's nothing in it.
Is that good?
It's probably like you could probably like black out on.
I think it's one of those grain-free, gluten-free. It's
Yeah.
not grain-free because it's a potato,
sugar-free.
but it's gluten-free.
Sugar-free.
Pass it back.
I know
Look
Captain
at
Brian's all about doing the right thing. So
Oh, is he? Why is he live in fucking Florida then?
why?
Dude, he's gonna go down.
What do you
That
mean?
aquifer is about to collapse. Everybody's gonna be that state's gone.
Okay. When? Like within a week?
Well, they say there's a 40% increase in what they thought the oceans were rising and warming up.
I'm just. How did yours turn blue? Oh, you put Powerade in
Sugar bar?
yours. That's interesting, Tegan.
Are you
All right.
not drinking? You have
I
a
can't-
stomach problem still?
No, I'm gonna see how long I can go without drinking. I haven't had a drink since January or December 31st.
That's pretty smooth.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty smooth actually. That's a
Is
nice,
it?
you can sip that and not it's
you
yeah.
can sip that.
That's pleasant. That's good.
Way to go, Captain Brian.
Yeah, good call,
thank
buddy.
Thank you. And he's supplying the bus with vodka and rum. So that goes along with we've got whiskey and tequila in there. And we've got a beer company that just came in that's going to sponsor. So now people just fucking party a little more.
Yeah.
So a sober comedian is sponsored by alcohol.
Hey, who said you could talk?
Who are you again? Get the fuck out of
we
here.
we are. I don't know how long I'm going to be sober. I'm just. I just wanted to take a break for a while, so I'm gonna see. Australia usually gets a little
Oof.
ugly, so. And it usually happens right away. Like I get there, I see all my old friends I haven't seen in a year, and I'm like, yeah.
Mate.
The party starts, and then a week later, I'm like, I've been drunk every day. So
You're gonna miss weed over there.
yeah, because it's not.
Yeah, they
as
just do
readily available.
cocaine.
They do a lot of cocaine. I think we should try the rum. Will you just sip the rum
Well,
to tell me it's as
I'm
good?
still working this guy out
Okay.
here. You
I'd
know,
like-
you give me that rum and some milk and
I'm
some
not
ice.
touching that.
What do you drink rum with? Coke and what else?
Sprite. Well, not
Sprite?
Dark, not
Is it
dark.
spiced?
I
It's
do-
not spiced.
Ginger beer.
If it was
Yeah.
spiced, you could drink it with Sprite. It makes cream soda.
Mhm.
Should we get? Is this? Are we supposed to drink this without anything?
Yeah.
You just drink it straight.
No, rum and I don't want rum.
It's aged a minimum of 2 months. It says. You're gonna like it. Just try a sip.
I don't want to.
Just try a sip.
I had the only time I've ever barfed, blacked out, or had real is rum.
Mine was.
And when I
gin.
smell rum, gin, I beat up the house once on gin.
Yeah.
I just puked on romaine lettuce.
Oh, did you get that shit?
I got it. I
You
probably
got
should-
E. coli?
Oh.
Who needs keto when you have E. coli? I was pissing out my ass and puking at the same exact time. Like I was shitting.
No bathrooms equipped for that here either.
I didn't know you're capable. No, they should have had like a vomitorium on the
Yeah,
wall
Like a Murphy shitter you can pull down.
because I felt I was shitting and
A Murphy shitter.
I was shitting and then I was like, think I'm gonna puke, but I couldn't stop shitting, and I
And you
tried to
don't-
turn around. And here's how I know that they both happened at the same time because I turned around and
You helicopter.
Ah.
You look like that fucking clown water thing for the yard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
lawn.
yeah. It
I-
propels itself because it's.
I felt like one of those champagne poppers. Like, confetti was coming out one side as the other.
Just
string
imagine if it was
coming out
going the other
other.
direction.
Oh,
Somebody ordered bottle service in the shitter.
it was brutal. It was so. I ended up.
Whose house was this at?
I was. I'm not gonna say where I was,
Because
but
you
let's
didn't
just
clean
say
it.
I was working at a casino. Yeah.
Did you leave a tip on the fucking dresser when you left?
No, but it was. Oh yeah. But I'm.
You gotta leave a tip for that.
But I was mad because the restaurant that did it was in the casino. So,
Oh.
I wasn't able to get out of bed for like 12 hours, and then I took one of those. I don't want to give any more information of where I was, but I was able to take one of those electric bicycles down to CVS and get Pedialyte,
Yeah.
and I just was drinking Pedialyte for like 2 days.
Should have tried the Wim Hof method.
Tried it.
Couldn't beat the virus, huh?
Nope.
What's that?
The
Just
bacteria.
controlling your breath.
It's this guy that.
You got to prep in.
Yeah. I think it takes about 6 weeks of work before you can do that.
He's the guy that Rogan has on.
Yeah,
Right? And he takes all this crazy.
I went to his seminar and learned his process, and I'm not gonna say it doesn't work because I can get in cold showers and feel like totally warm, but I couldn't. I tried Wim Hof because I was like, I feel like I'm gonna puke, and I was like,
Oh, I can taste it now.
Wim
I can taste it now.
and,
I've Wimmed off out of a few things. I try it like if I'm having like I had a panic attack like a week ago.
Did you?
First time in ages.
Thinking
I
about
used to
your
get
road
them a
trip?
long time ago. No.
See, you know why that's happening? I just had a guy on my other podcast, the Wadcast. We talked all about anxiety, breath work, all this stuff. This is what he does. He talks about CO2 tolerance. I mean, we got really into the science of it. What's happening to you, why you're having a panic attack, is because you're on the fucking grid now. And what's happening is all your fear has gone away. All your fight or flight shit that's going on in your life that used to make your adrenals fucking go.
Like, where am I going to sleep tonight?
Aren't going anymore because you're relaxed and you're content. And that's what's wrong with society. That's why we have epidemics, an epidemic of anxiety, because everything's delivered to you. There's so much safety in life. People want safe spaces. Everything's fucking safe, and no one's putting themselves in dangerous spaces where you release the adrenaline from your adrenal glands. So what happens? Your adrenals are going, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then you're just sitting there, and they just fucking burst, and all of a sudden,
Is there any
I'm making this all up, but
I was gonna say, yeah.
but that's pretty much what's happening.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Trust me.
I think it was actually because I
no,
ate
I'm not joking. There
way
is
too much
something
lasagna.
That's what did it?
And then I smoked a joint, and I had bad reflux, and then I had a panic attack.
I love having Rachel on the show, but the one thing I don't feel comfortable doing when Rachel's here is letting these out. Wait.
Please.
I've been holding it
You
in.
gonna uncork again?
I've been holding it in so long because she was sitting right beside me. She just got off the bus, and now I'm like, oh, let it out. Now I'm like constipated because I didn't let a fart out.
I worked all day and I just snacked and snacked and snacked, and I was like, I'm gonna have gas on this bus. Was that
These
that
microphones.
sounded like a creaky piece of wood.
It's like someone sneaking around the house.
Yeah, Santa Claus poking
There's
around.
more in there. I didn't eat any carbs today. What would do that? Carbs create farts.
So popcorn creates really good farts.
That they're full of carbs.
Oh, buddy.
Here we go. Here we go.
And you eat a lot of air too.
Oh my God. That's for Jessie May Peluso.
Yeah, Jessie May.
Shout out to Jessie May.
Luso.
You even wrote a choose your own life or choose your own adventure for.
I actually was working a song out today. I was trying to get it like this.
Should we save it for when she? But I don't know if you'll ever be back.
Who, me or her?
Well, before I go to Australia, we only have one more episode.
That's next week.
No, next week we're off because I'm in Boston. Wait, no, next week we're here. Next week we're here. I think. Are we?
Jesus, guys, come on.
Get your. Okay.
Early February.
You should look at your fucking. Where's your roll of Filofax?
We got like a couple, one or two left.
Where's your date book?
Before I go to Australia, okay? Then I go to Australia. When I get back from Australia, you're on baby 2, and we'll never see you ever again. Ever. For like 10 years.
I'm moving to Torrance too, probably.
Is that where you guys
He's going on a month-long road trip.
And we're going on the road.
You'll be okay in Torrance. Where I told you not to go
Yeah.
was the other part of the South Bay. Where
Yeah, if you go further, like Redondo's got a lot of like skinhead types.
I told you that. You guys were like, "Oh, we're gonna be fine." I'm like,
No, I used to play World of Warcraft with some of those guys. It was kind of crazy. They're like, "Oh, you're up in Venice, dog? We'll take care of your neighbors." I'm like, "Whoa!" They're like, I remembered, like, I had this memory, like, "Oh yeah, those guys were like talking some shit back in the
were
day."
you complaining about your neighbors?
I had something going on. Remember in Venice, there's like there's like some weird shit going on, and like I was text chatting, and he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, hold on a second," because I had to go like deal with some guy that was like pulling my trash cans out and dumping them all over the place.
Was it Harry Perry?
No, his name was Jeffrey actually, and he could do a whole street in like 20 seconds. It was
When's this
amazing.
going out tomorrow? I guess I can mention that I'm opening for Louis on Thursday and Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Louis
Louis
C.K.
CK.
I got a call from the Improv saying, "Hey, we know you're at the Pittsburgh Improv on Thursday through Sunday, but Louis wants to do Thursday and Friday, so we'll have you do just Saturday, Sunday now with the same pay." And I was like, "Cool." And they're like, "If you want to, you can open for Louis." And I was like, "Want to? Oh, please! I hope people come protest me."
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, because you're like
Associated.
yeah, associated with them. And I was like, this will be hysterical. So
I think that's so awesome. I love Louis C.K. so much.
I want to be starting a new podcast about marginalized people and feelings.
Let me tell you about marginalized people.
I lived as one for many years.
They are fucking bullies.
Well, no, what it is like it's almost like when you learn the word no. It's like context and balance. It's like once you become powerful, or you understand that you have power, like people just we just fucking go all the way to the other end of the, there's no, you come back to the middle and you're good. Like you don't have a balanced perspective.
Did you bring your guitar?
No.
Then how are you going to do a song?
Well, I knew she wasn't going to come.
You jinxed it.
How did you know she wasn't going to come?
I knew I'm on the right path. I'm here. You needed this. We're good. How you doing, Eddie? I haven't seen you since before Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
That's not true.
Was it?
No.
When did we do Corolla?
You did a show since then.
Yeah. Can
Did
you try
I?
this rum?
No, I don't want to.
Just a sip.
Okay.
Thank
Can I
you.
just say this meet and greet line is still around the building.
I'm telling you.
They've
we're
been
do-
out here for
we're
40,
doing
30,
something
40
wrong.
minutes.
There is no possible way this podcast we could do a live show and sell that place out anymore. Damien is dying for the jug of Captain Brian's Dark Rum to try it out. Don't pass it over.
Damien,
to
take
him.
your headphones off before you walk away from the table. Okay.
No, we're gonna need to pull some stunts off to get this audience back up to where we can pull off a live show like that again. You know what I think it is though? I think podcasts are like bands. You're hot for like a certain amount of time, and then you go away because they want something new.
We started a new band,
We did start a new band.
and you don't have a record label pushing you.
That's true.
That's what it is.
So what would you recommend?
I
Quit? What if I
would-
love the
No,
music?
Stick to your guns.
I would say
Sell the bus.
no. Like we should go from carnival to carnival and charge people $10 a hit, and let them hit it with a sledgehammer,
It's a good idea.
and like just see how long it can get across the
Let's
country.
come up with all kinds of. Let's brainstorm what we could do with this bus right now.
Okay.
My favorite was on the Bingle tour. We talked about driving it off a quarry.
Yeah,
like
faking
putting
your
it-
death.
Yeah, that would have been great.
We could fake our deaths.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's the,
Huck and Tom.
The book I write is called Gay in Mexico.
I don't want any part of this.
One of the funniest things you've ever said. How would we fake our death?
Just fucking Topanga. This thing. Couple cadavers.
Where are we gonna get cadavers?
You can get cadavers, man.
Where?
I think
I
that.
wonder how much a cadaver costs.
Somebody goes on.
I bet you could.
I don't
bet
think you can just buy one.
They
I'll bet you can.
They
You
use
have
them
to
to.
for medical
They
purposes.
use them to ship drugs.
Yeah, but find out. Somebody Google how much does it cost to buy a cadaver.
That's
10 grand.
There's
I don't want it
no
on
way.
my
I'm
phone.
gonna guess 10,000. My
You have
inner.
to have credentials.
I'll bet it's way cheaper for
My-
a cadaver.
my
you have
inner-
to have credentials.
Hey,
Well,
yeah, like-
but they have to pay for them.
Yeah, it only costs 5,000 to
No,
kill
they
somebody.
donate their body to.
They donate it to science, but then the schools and universities that use them to teach at medical school have to pay for them.
Yeah, and
so-
every market has shrinkage. Everybody loses
It's
inventory,
a
buddy.
popular Google search. $40,000.
40,000?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna need a Kickstarter
Oh,
to buy
I was
two
way
bodies.
up. 40 grand. That's for that's retail.
Is that a white one?
How much?
Oh wait, what the hell? This says there's 40,000, then you read further down, and then it says real human cadavers only cost about 1,000. So which one is it? What's the in between there?
The state you're in? Bet you they're cheap in Kentucky.
Okay, so let's say they're 1,000. We can afford that.
We can afford 40.
No, we can't. I'm not buying 40 cadavers.
A human jigsaw costs, or human cadaver costs.
Then there are going to
$1,000.
have to be a lot of explanations.
But they're like preserved and stuff, right? We could start our own museum.
When people find the Bingo Bus all burned up with 40 cadavers,
We could stage them. Kool-Aid containers and shit. We never even heard of this cult. Who are these people?
They drank a bunch of Captain Brian's,
None
and
of
now
them
they're all
have
dead.
organs.
and then they'll go back and listen to our old shows. What the fuck was going on in this cult? All right, so
They drank a bunch of Captain Brian's, and next thing you know, there's a bunch of cadavers on the bus.
I'll get you a cadaver.
okay, so we get 2 cadavers, maybe 3,
Yeah.
and then everybody who was
You
the
got to pull
mysterious
out their
third
teeth
person.
and
Yeah,
cut off their hands and feet.
cut, and then we're to dump those in the ocean.
Right.
Okay, so we get the bodies. Everybody just assumes it's me. Do they sell overweight cadavers?
Yeah.
My bones aren't overweight.
Oh.
If we
You're not big
torch the-
bone?
If we torch the bus. Sorry, sir, your bones are obese. There's no cure.
Yeah, but
This guy probably caught a premium on the cadaver
but
market.
they'll look and see, like, they'll be like, there wasn't enough distance between this guy's bones. The compression would have been less in Jason Hour. They'll measure the space between your spinal column. All right. So we torch the bus. I'm not going to Mexico with you
Why not?
because I'm not going gay.
It's in Mexico.
Okay. Other ideas. What could we do with the bus? I'm thinking we could cut out this window right here because there's a window behind here, and we make it a food truck.
That's a good idea. I think
We've
should.
got a sink.
I
Yeah.
think we should sign up for one of those demolition derby, those bus derbies where they do
a
a
good
round
idea.
track. You could go to Kentucky. There's probably a racetrack
Look,
out there
man.
where we could do that.
All I know is I watched the Fire Festival documentaries this week, both of them.
Oh,
And I'm so
everybody's
disappointed in
talking
you.
about it. That I didn't pull off.
You could, I mean, if this guy can do that, come on.
Hey.
We could embezzle so much money.
Jason, there was kind of a family issue that stopped that. But
Maybe you should give it another roll. 2020.
you know what? Part of me was like looking forward. You weren't coming, were you?
To the festival?
Bingo
yeah,
Fest.
I was
Did
gonna
you
come.
agree?
Yeah, we were gonna do that. We had a whole schedule of shit we were gonna do. Dunking booths, I think, or something. I don't remember.
I don't know. Part of me was looking really forward to it, and part of me was like,
Bobbing for apples.
I thought it would have been awesome.
I think why it wasn't a raging success is because when I was younger in my career and you'd come to my shows, it was all girls there. As I've gotten older, it's all dudes. And the festival would have been all dudes.
And they all look like Joe Prano.
Yeah. It just happened again. I was in Ann Arbor last week, and like every show, there were like a dude in the front row all alone. And I was like, let me guess, you listen to the Bingle Show. And the guy would be like, yep.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck. I have a bit on stage about how the reason Gabriel Iglesias made $11 million was because the whole family can go see his show. And that you bring not only your like wife, but your kids, your cousins, your grandmother, your grandparents. You know, my show, my audience is just fucking serial killers.
It's the Adult Swim crowd doing code and shit.
Well, that's why. Isn't that why Dane Cook got so big? Because his material kind of catered to the women, and when the guys wanted to go out on a date night, the girls were like, "Let's go to the comedy show. Let's go see Dane."
My nephew is so into comedy. He's 11. He buys every DVD and watches them, and then asks me about them.
Is this the
And-
nephew I'm thinking of?
The crazy one
Yeah.
calls me the other day. Texts me, and he goes, "What do you think of Dane Cook?" And I go, "Oh God."
I knew it. He's already there. He's like, hey, he's going to
Yeah.
read it.
Yep.
11 years old, huh?
11 years old.
Jeez Louise, man.
I'm giving him about 2 more years before I show him Borat.
11? You
I
should show
love
him
that
now.
show.
You think?
Dude, think about when you were 11.
I never saw two dudes 69 when I was 11.
Oh yeah, that
Run
is-
through a hotel lobby.
That's true.
Yeah.
The bar's moved.
You'll
Yeah.
never get this.
But I mean, you saw the equivalent of that year.
Okay, let's go
You
back.
saw Porky's
Let's go.
when you were 11.
I did see
I had
Porky's.
Porky's. I had the VHS
Yeah.
set right at the
yeah.
shower scene.
So that our
The shower-
generation.
the shower scene where
with
they
all
got
the bush.
the
Yeah.
shower scenes where he gets his dick pulled through the all.
Yeah.
What's his name? Okay, so you know the girl that tells everyone I took her virginity that runs around here? Do you know this
Which
story?
one?
You said the story before. I know it.
Okay, well when I took her virginity, she worked as a telemarketer, and her boss was what's his name? Who was the guy they all picked on in Porky's?
Oh, I would have to look.
No, the guy who got his dick in the hole.
Oh, I know you kind of.
Not Pee Wee.
I'm on it.
IMDb
Yeah.
Porky's. That was her boss at a telemarketing place.
Oh no, I was working in a telemarketing place, and the guy sitting in the cube next to me was the star of a show called The Phoenix, which was like on around the same time as the Hulk and all that shit. And he was like the big hot guy, and
Wasn't Pee Wee?
Is that it?
Pee Wee.
Pee Wee's the first one listed. Pee Wee, Billy, Tommy.
Yeah, Pee Wee. Pee Wee's her boss at telemarketing place.
Dan.
Some point you
Mahoney.
got to get a job, I guess, right? And this, you think about it, there's like 200 and some thousand Screen Actors Guild members,
Well, that's
right?
I got invited for SAG like last month,
Yeah,
and the paper said 160,000.
160,000 members.
160,000.
Here's what makes me feel
Okay.
good about it.
It's
I-
gone down. No.
Mhm.
I
It
see.
probably has.
I see things like that where guys are now working at telemarketing firms, and I'm like, okay, I never had a hit movie like Pee Wee,
Yeah,
but at least I'm not telemarketing right now.
tortoise in the hair.
I'm sitting in a bus that I'm contemplating selling to a porn company so they can shoot better bang bus.
How
video-
much do they offer?
No, they haven't.
You
but
should
I'm-
rent it.
Oh,
Don't
that'll be-
sell it.
They'll be-
Steve-O was talking
they'll be
about how he's
jizzing.
building a mobile van podcast
Bert's
studio.
got a full-size bus.
And Brian Redband was like, "Oh, that's such a good idea." I was like, "You were on the Bingle show. What are you
Yeah.
talking
Both
about?"
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But he was faking it when he was on here. He wasn't paying attention.
Who wasn't?
Anyone. I'm just talking
Redband
shit.
told some funny stories. I think he was paying attention.
Wait, so Steve-O's building a bus.
That's what he said. That like on Kill Tony.
He's been
like,
on
last
this bus
Monday.
too. We did it at the Ice House. Steve-O came on.
Yeah.
Steve-O's done it twice.
Sell it to Steve-O.
We could put a T-shirt cannon in the roof.
That'd be awesome. A turret.
T-shirt turret up on the roof. Just fire drive around the city.
I was like
Vroom.
after going through the fires, I feel like the apocalypse is getting closer and closer.
Oh yeah.
And this bus will be fun in the
Did you
apocalypse.
see the Super Wolf Blood Moon shit?
Can you say that again?
Super Blood Wolf Moon.
No. Does that have anything to do with the apocalypse?
We had it was a lunar eclipse 2-3 nights ago. It was fucking. I'm sure the cults think it's a sign,
Uh-huh.
and the evangelicals own 24% of the electoral vote. But yeah.
This has been one of my favorite episodes ever. What else can we do with the bus?
I'm still sticking with the demolition derby, like the figure 8 racetrack bus derby. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
could-
but what's going to happen is this is all wooden side. And the first hit we get, something's going to puncture something, and then we're done.
Yeah, well, a lot of those, like the camper trailers, they do those camper trailer derbies, and like the first hit, the whole trailer just explodes, and the whole crowd goes nuts. And if it says Bingle Show on the side, they're like, "Hell yeah, thanks Eddie for providing that entertainment."
Yeah, for one fucking quick second.
Yeah.
Of,
That YouTube video will probably pay off everything.
How about we podcast on the inside while we're doing the
oh,
race?
Jesus, that would be scary. If we're going around in circles,
I would never
as
go in
cars
this
are
thing.
just fucking coming at us.
Oh, dude, you know like how beat up you would be if you raced if someone was in the back of the shit.
I truly believe,
It would fall apart.
I truly believe you would be able to sell this without a problem because of the tiny home thing that's going, the whole craze that's going on. I truly believe you could sell it in a heartbeat if you wanted to actually sell it.
Yeah,
The
hit me
tiny
up.
home stuff is
Hit me
it's
up if you want to buy
insane
it.
right now.
If this show doesn't if we don't start getting getting the show moving, I just can't do it.
Jason
anymore.
might have to take it on his road trip
I'm
so he
just
can
worried.
have a nap
You
every
know what it is?
hour.
I don't like doing the show without Jason, and he's not going to be here in April. You're not going to do it.
It'll be tough in that time period, yeah.
I know.
Well, maybe we should just do seasons.
That's not a bad idea.
Do 20 episodes.
I'd like to go away to Mexico.
And then go do season 2, and then fucking.
I can start working on My Horrible Life.
And in
book.
between seasons, get some fucking marketing individuals involved and fucking ramp up the next one.
What if I handed the show to you completely? We just try as an experiment that it's the Jason Hour show, and I'm the sidekick,
The Hour of Power.
and you run everything.
I mean, is there money in that?
You get everything.
I get everything. You want to just hand me the show?
Yeah, I'm your sidekick. You decide to pay me what you want to.
I dare you. I got ideas.
I quit. No.
What would you do?
What would I do? Fucking firstly, I would build a fucking decent website with good SEO and a way to make money. And and brand the shit and market the brand. You know, it's convoluted. It's like, is it Eddie Ifft? Is it the Bingle Show? What is it? Is it a plug for a stand-up show, or is it an actual podcast that's standalone that I listen to?
But it's going to be the Jason Hour.
Well, if it's the Jason Hour, no, you could just call it the Bingle Show. The Bingle Show is that's good fucking SE. You're not fighting anybody with those words. You're out there on your own. You pay for your ads. You're
Laura
the top.
Bingle.
Anybody looks at the word.
Oh, Laura Bingle.
Laura Bingle.
Good. You're gonna that helps. Pairing. What does she do?
You know what? How about this? Instead, you just became the director of marketing of the Bingle Show.
I don't have no.
Why not?
'Cause
You know all about SEO and pairing and.
I'm actually working on some other stuff right now. Stuff that would allow for me to get
Stuff
a job.
that makes me a nightmare to
with
people
benefits.
like you.
I thought you're not allowed to work right now because you are in charge of.
Oh no, but if I get a job like doing CSS and shit somewhere, I can put him back in daycare and he can learn the rest of sign language.
Every weekend at my shows, people come up to me and ask me about you.
Okay, well.
Did you see the couple that?
Yeah.
I filmed them.
Hey man, I'm at Jason Hour. Nobody fucking reaches. It's like telling somebody to say, hey, tell him I said hi. Fuck you, say hi to him. You got his number.
People don't do that anymore on Twitter. Like people don't reach out like that. I think all social media is kind of. I think Facebook's done.
Oh yeah, Facebook's.
It's only a matter of fucking time before that thing shits the bed completely, like MySpace.
I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah,
it's
I'm pretty much. I get irritated when just find me on Instagram. It's a lot simpler, easier. Facebook's so confusing and difficult, and they fucking so many different parts of it.
It's all about ads and
yeah, it's fucking terrible, and
they
they
fucked up
their
Burma.
algorithm to make sure people see it. They don't let anybody see it. They want your money. Facebook's done. It's all Instagram, but eventually that's gonna shit the bed too. I think. Have you ever? I've been talking about this a lot on podcasts. Have you ever talked to somebody and they're like, you're like, hey, should I Facebook? Can I Facebook you? And they go, yeah, I don't do that. I don't. And you're like, do what? They're like, I'm not on social media. And you look at them like, how are you that cool? How are you that cool that you don't need it?
You don't though. You don't need it.
Right. So the people that don't need it have somehow found a way to not. And they're doing something we all can't do. And they're the coolest fuck. So everybody's going to aspire to be like them. And eventually everybody's going to let go of it. But right now it's like fast food. Everybody's eating it because we're fucking pigs. But as soon as we all learn to fucking stop, it's over.
I want to go back to just
Nobody likes it.
AOL.
I used to be super active on Facebook until I got this new job. Now I'm barely on Facebook at all now.
No, I just saw a thing. There's a direct correlation between social media activity and depression.
Yeah.
There's basically if you have a life.
How did this show just become so depressing?
You took a shit on your microphone and let me talk. Like you should have stayed with the mic up front.
Yeah, but you were going to talk about depression and.
Depression's good though.
Why?
Because it gives you perspective.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'd rather
I
just be
agree as long as you can understand that you have it and admit that you have it.
That's
and deal with
cognitive
it.
therapy model.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You learn
I
how to
would
walk
rather
through it.
take OxyContin all day long for the rest of my life and shorten my life.
Then be depressed.
Yeah.
You never been depressed?
That sounds like a whole lot of Utah coming out of you right now.
I just like OxyContin. I do.
Yeah, no. When they gave me, I had a spinal surgery, and when they gave me those drugs, I took them for one day, and I was like, I threw them away. I was like, I could feel like that. Yeah. Got kind of mean towards people.
Oh! I forgot. My cousin lives out here now. I get a text from.
Which one?
I get a text from my cousin. He's my like cousin's son. And I get a call from him, and or text. He's like, "Hey, I'm in LA. I want to come see you perform. Blah blah blah. I live out here now." And he goes, "Yo, I was in an Uber one day, and the driver said he knows you." And I go, "Oh, is he a comic?" And he said, "No, he said he's on a show with you." And I go, "Was it Jason Hauer?" And he goes, "I think that was his name. I'm not sure." And so I sent him I just Google you, and I look, and the first video that comes up is example when Jim Jeffries punching you in the face. And I go, "Is it this guy?" And he goes, "Yep, that's the one."
He had a nice third row seat in his new truck.
I got to know people when I drove.
I love that you met my cousin. You never even told me.
He's probably like the second run of the night. I probably forgot. Dude, I got like Larry David's money manager got in my Prius one day.
That's not the same as my cousin.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, you never know who's in your car, man.
I love like Larry David's money manager. Who gives a fuck about him? If you told me you picked up, I've had Uber drivers tell me crazy stories of who they pick up. Like, yeah, I picked up Billy Idol yesterday, or like.
I thought that was amazing. Imagine the money that he fucking handles, dude. That guy made what, $1 billion off of Seinfeld? I mean,
Yeah.
he's working real money here.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm working here.
All right. Well, I think we should close this one up and do a second show with Joe DeRosa.
Is he here?
Is he here? Why did Rachel leave?
Galina's performing in the lab, and so she was gonna go.
Oh, she went to see her friend. I thought our guest was here. We do have a guest for the next episode. This episode we were supposed to have a guest, but unfortunately couldn't make it. And this isn't one of those Sklar things. By the way, I'm sorry, Sklar. 'Cause they wrote me the nicest message apologizing.
I knew that was gonna happen. When you were going off, I was like,
episode.
I'm just gonna let him go. But in my head, I'm like, they're gonna say something. And he's gonna feel bad.
Yep, we got the message later that night. I was like, uh-oh. How did everybody like Captain Brian's dark rum?
I like the
It was
vodka
good?
better.
Amazing?
I like the vodka
You
better.
like the vodka?
The
You
vodka
don't
was
like
good.
rum.
Rum was very smooth.
Yeah.
Tegan's
it's not
friend,
bad.
Sean, did you try it?
I tried the vodka.
You like the vodka. Why didn't you try the rum?
Dark alcohols don't sit well.
I can do.
See, I love whiskey.
I love whiskey too, and
Ooh,
I
I
would.
love
I feel like
whiskey.
rum's, but I would drink rum with like. I don't drink Coke anymore, but I would do a rum and Coke. I used to do it like fucking when I wanted like sugar and caffeine and fucking like get crazy in a bar. That's what I would drink. And then I found out about Red Bull, and now I'm don't drink. What the fuck's happened to me? You know what happened? I have too many of those fucking health experts on the Wadcast podcast, and it's in my ear all week. I do like 2 shows a week on that show, and they're just fucking beating me down. I'm taking walks now. I'm doing yoga.
Ernie's supposed to be sending me a video about colon parasites. We can watch that later.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he says like there's like parasites in your colon if you eat meat. He's
Oh,
like some video
Jesus.
to back this shit up or something.
Ernie doesn't
Freaked
eat
him
meat?
out. Ernie eats everything.
I was just gonna say, there's nothing Ernie doesn't eat.
Ernie eats feelings.
Thank God Ernie's not editing this, and we know he won't listen to it. Sometimes he doesn't listen to. So often I'll have Ernie edit something, and there will be something in there where I'm like, Ernie, make sure you edit this out, and then I'll get a message from a fan going, guess Ernie didn't edit that.
Hey, Damien, edit this part out.
Huh? Did you write down the time?
He does not listen to the episodes. Damien, you listen to the whole thing, right? Damien's been adding some cool music to it. Wait, Sean, you're
Free
Tegan's
music?
friend, not Damien's
Music
friend,
you
right?
own?
Yes.
Music?
Yeah.
You're not stealing anybody's music? You're not using anybody's music, are you? You like make sure you it's like okay.
No, he creates.
Okay, good.
He knows what he's doing. He's
Yeah,
good. You trained
well,
him well, Jason.
I'm just making sure. Whatever, dude.
Jason, you brought them all in.
Yeah.
You had this master plan, and then you just fucking evaporated.
I did not.
You did.
I went to Thanksgiving at my mom and dad's house.
You went tubing.
You did
went
go
to Chicago.
tubing. You went tubing.
I went tubing in New York. I went to New York for a couple weeks.
Can I get a picture of you tubing?
I have that
I have
picture.
video of me tubing. I think.
I still have it on my phone. Remember?
I need a picture of you tubing.
Let me turn off night mode.
How do you know Sean? Are you Utah?
Yep.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend back there.
What
That
part?
was like, hey, I've got this friend Tegan that's up there, and yeah, so we met up.
Oh, he's a new friend.
Yeah.
You trying to impress him, Tegan? Bring him here, your new friend?
No, he has a podcast. We have all the
Oh,
same
you have a
interests,
podcast?
and so I said, come by the
Who
show. and watch
doesn't
it
have a
sometime.
podcast?
I don't.
You've had 4. I say this all the time. There is going to come a point where no one listens to podcasts
Here it
because
is.
everybody's busy making.
Remember?
Did you post that on Instagram?
No.
Can you put that on Instagram,
People
please?
probably won't even remember that episode.
Well, they
That's
will
from
now.
July.
Jason tubing. Is that the kind of tubing you were doing?
It was like it was nice, like the big tubes, like two at a time.
Well, the boat was pulling you.
yeah.
Do you know what I would pay? I would pay you every dollar in my bank account if you would do one of those tubing things. Let me drive the boat, please.
You can fuck
Do it
somebody
behind the
up.
bus.
Listen.
That's what we'll do with
no,
the
no,
bus.
no. Oh, wait. Listen. Have you
On
ever
a-
seen
in
the
a field?
tubes? Have you seen
Yeah.
the tubes? I forget what they're called, kite tubes or whatever.
Yeah, they go flying.
Where they go up into the air
Oh no.
because they have like wings.
Yeah.
No.
And I will.
I'm not that guy anymore.
I think.
I got kids to think about and shit. I can't go
Hey,
jumping off
Let
shit.
me tell you what I just agreed to. I'll show you on my phone. I agreed. My buddy Albie Lair, who's one of the top big wave surfers in the world, who's a total idiot. If you listen to this, Albie, which I doubt you do,
Edit that out.
don't edit that out. I want him to hear that. Albie Lair is one of the best. But we got in an argument over. He was making fun of how much of a pussy I am about waves. I don't know if it was him saying. I don't know. We were drunk, and he said. I said that it's man's greatest fear is speaking in public, and he's a funny dude. So I kind of challenged him to do stand-up comedy, and he challenged me to surf a big wave. And I'm having the meeting, and the editor of Surfer Magazine was with us at the time, hanging out.
Yeah, publicist.
and we texted about today. We're having a meeting. They're going to film the entire thing. I'm teaching Albie to do stand-up. He's going to do a 5-minute set, and they're taking me out to. We talked about the wave, but maybe Todos Santos, and I'm going to surf a big wave where they're going to tow me in behind
Dude.
behind a jet ski and take
Those
me into a
100-footers.
not 100. I'm not doing a 100
Oh.
fucking footer, you fucking maniac. But
I'm like, fuck
but
that.
I am gonna do like a 15 to 20 footer.
That's big still. That's
yeah.
2 stories.
And this is my big deal. This is like my, like somebody's like, "What are you working on?" Dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my new thing that I will be. So I've already been taking. That's why I've been taking all these breath classes and everything.
Yeah.
I wanna.
I'm going I've been going through like HTML training videos. That's like
Well, I had a serious thought about it today when I was thinking about it, and I thought, like, I've got a kid.
yeah.
Like, this is a fucked up thing I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Because if something happens to me, everyone will go, he shouldn't have never, he had a responsibility. He's a fucking idiot. Should not have done that.
And we'll do okay with the bus.
In case you were
You're probably going to
concerned.
do better because you have a whole
We'll
SEO
put
marketing
meta
plan.
tags in there,
Yeah.
We'll like make sure everything's tagged and the alts and everything. It's like we'll also make sure that it's like, people that don't have sight can read the website. And
I've asked for somebody to come in and be a producer of this show and take it over completely and be the business person because I'm obviously not. But we can't. I said I'd give away 50% of the show.
I'll take 50% of the show.
I asked for a producer that could come in who could run the show and be here every week.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving across the country.
Well, it's called hiatus. That's what I said. We do seasons. You gotta like people.
50% of nothing is nothing. Listen,
That's a
let's
good
get
song.
back to you. Can you Google the whatever the tubing is that is like wings? You
I'm
saw
not
it?
doing that.
All the videos are just like kite tube disaster.
Kite tube.
Yeah.
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Kite tube. Kite. Like, show me a kite tube
Like
disaster.
anybody ever lived through it?
They did it on fucking Nitro Circus a million times, and they were safe. It's just like falling from 20 feet.
Yeah,
Kite,
with-
kite tube death was the first thing that
Don't-
popped up.
What are you doing, Tegan? What are you doing?
I'm not clicking on it.
Yeah, it is safe. They only give you 20 feet of line.
Here's the thing. I will promise that
Uh-uh.
listen. I'm not even finished.
I don't even make my own decisions anymore. What are you
Neither
talking
do I.
about?
Oh my
My wife and your
God.
wife will get together on this.
My wife will never let.
55 mph straight down kite tube. That's the first
Can
one.
you please show me?
Let us do this.
Oh, the thing is all fucked up.
Of course it is, because there's probably 6 ads in between. YouTube.
No, like the way the video is laid out, you can't see
Oh,
it.
he had his fucking
Oh, there we
phone
go.
wrong or some shit.
Okay,
Alright,
let's
there
see.
you go.
Okay, see, Jason? They're pulling him behind the boat just like a regular tube, but once they get speed... Oh, that wasn't even a good one.
Oh, it's trying to go big. What the fuck?
Yeah, you got to get the ones that get really
You're trying to
high
go
in the air.
big. Look what happened.
That one, they just fell off right there.
That didn't look
That
like
was the #1. That was the first video that pops up.
Because they're those fucking cunts that
Troll.
write...
2.8 million views.
Yeah, because they
Clickbait.
write something like,
big fart taco
someone
dick
dies,
hole, dicks
you know, shark
died.
attack while tubing.
George
and
Clooney found in bathroom in his own vomit,
I don't
dead.
think. I don't think
Bingo
you
Boss
know what you're talking
goes off
about.
cliff. Jason and Eddie fucking in Mexico.
It'd actually be Brazil, probably more.
All right. All right. Watch, Jason. See how it goes up in the air?
Yeah.
It's a tube that has like almost like wings, and it starts to get really
the
high.
death video?
Here it goes.
Oh
here
my
it
god!
goes.
Oh my god!
Wait, that's not even high. I've seen them like 30 feet in the air.
Why?
It's yellow.
This one's not even 10 feet off
It'll
the
get
ground.
it'll get there.
Is it an actual kite tube or is it just a tube
It's
that
a.
I'm telling you, it was the first video that came up when I searched kite tube disaster.
I love the rednecks that are in the boat commenting. Yeah, man, look at that. Oh, now they're turning it up.
Yeah,
you
you
can
get
hear.
to a certain.
Okay, now there they go.
Oh
okay.
no! Oh
Okay.
no!
Oh!
Oh. They just killed their buddy.
No, they didn't. That wasn't even that bad. I've seen way worse. Go to Nitro Circus, kite. Those guys go way higher. Way higher.
The CEO of Beachbody.com gets schooled on a kite tube.
My buddy Hunter McIntyre.
It's the same video.
That's the same video, I think. No, it's not. It's just
they're all gonna look
Jason.
They're all gonna look the exact same.
Will
It's the
you-
same fucking
Jason,
thing.
will you please let me do this to you?
Oh no, no, no.
Shane Wow will let us pull you behind his boat.
Shane Well can get on the tube too.
Jason, look how safe that is. You jump
Oh
off that.
no.
Look how fun that is.
Yeah, fuck that. How fast you going?
Just like 55.
Yeah, that's like landing on concrete.
That's concrete.
you
No,
go
it's not.
Fif-
I'll let you wear a helmet.
55 miles an hour.
I'll let you wear a
this way.
helmet
Oh,
and a neck
no.
brace.
Oh,
Ah!
he landed it.
That's not 40 feet. He was up 12
It
feet.
hurt a lot. Let me slow it down. No, I don't want to watch it again.
I have to pee.
All right, let's finish the episode.
I thought we did.
Okay, we are right now. I want to thank Jason Hour, my guest. Sean, the guy from Utah. Tegan, Damien, David. We are. I thought this was a great. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, you're always worried about getting a guest.
I know it's more fun with just us. We
We
should get.
say
We
that
should
all
get
the
the old
time.
gang back together.
You always say that every time we don't get a guest. You go, "Whoa, it's so good we had no guest. Dude, we should just do this more often."
We should get like just Lachlan and Chris Wild and all the
Oh.
fun guys
I
on.
love that. Those guys are family.
Let's just keep it that way.
The Shat Pack.
Oh.
I'm telling you, man, Shat Pack.
Okay. Also, I want to thank Captain Brian's rum and dark rum and vodka.
Vodka.
for these guys, getting them a little buzzed, and we enjoyed it, and we'll be serving it on the bus from now on. And I want to thank Rock Hard Rachel for just disappearing. Where the fuck she go? And
What do you got on there, Eddie?
I'm wearing some of these. These are like the winter Vans.
Winter Vans.
Those are pretty fucking cool.
They're sick.
I like
I
those
was
shoes.
looking at them earlier.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. So
So you sure you don't want to go to Mexico with me?
can I keep my shoes on?
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right, I'm there.
Shoes only.
Buenos dias.
Can't keep your shoes on, but definitely keep your socks on.
Yeah.
Oh,
And check out my shows. Oh, this week I'll be in Pittsburgh at the Improv. You can see me Thursday and Friday opening for Louis C.K. And then Saturday, Sunday, I'm headlining. Come buy the tickets to Saturday and Sunday because Louis all sold out. So come check out my show. Saturday, Sunday, and then next week I'll be in Worcester,
Worcester.
Massachusetts.
I used to deliver the Worcester Telegram and Gazette when I was a kid.
I'm at the Woo-Ha-Ha. I'm at the Woo-Ha-Ha in Worcester.
I was thinking you should bark your show to all the protesters that are outside of Louis' show. You should bark your show.
I probably will do something like that. I'm probably going to make a video with me with the protesters.
Oh, yeah.
And then the week after that, which is the first week in February, I will be at Laugh Boston in downtown Boston. Come out and check me out there. Those are awesome shows. And then I go from there to Australia. So I'll be in Adelaide, Australia, Launceston, and Sydney, Australia for like the next month and a half after that. Check out all my shows. And then I got all kinds of stuff coming up. Chicago, Omaha, St. Louis, Las Vegas. I'm everywhere. So,
dude, your fart mixed with that mildew smell, I was like back in the wrestling gym just now for a second.
I think that was my breath.
I was having like practice flashbacks and shit.
All my dates are at ifft.com. And thanks for listening. Use our Patreon. None of you are. If you don't want this show to go away, get the fuck on Patreon. Give us your fucking money now. Seriously, it helps. Anything helps. If you like the show and you want to keep continuing this, I got to pay that man right here. There's my highest cost. And then gas. You know what it costs to fill this fucker up?
$45.
No,
150.
Like 100, I think 180.
Oh, you know,
180 bucks.
It's diesel. I thought that shit was like almost free.
Yeah, but no, not in LA. Yeah, so thanks. Good night.
Good luck.
Goodbye. Buenos dias. Vias con dias.
My darling.
Hey, I want to put a bumper on the beginning. Okay, cut, and then do it again. Hey, everybody, we're about to start this amazing episode of The Bingle Show, guestless. That's right, because we're better than that. We don't need a guest. Before we start, I just want to mention a couple things. If you like the show, you want to help out, go to ifft.com. There is a click-through for Amazon. Please, every time everybody buys everything from Amazon, so just click through our site, and it helps. Every little bit helps. We get a little kickback, and the money pays for the show to continue because this show ain't cheap. One of the reasons I do the show is so that you'll come out and see me live, and I'm live. I'm alive. This week I'll be in Pittsburgh at the Improv in Pittsburgh, opening for Louis C.K. On Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday I'm headlining. Come see me Friday, Saturday. And Louis all sold out, so buy the tickets to come see me. And then next week I'm at the Woo-Ha-Ha in Worcester. You thought I was joking about that name.
Oh no, they're fucked up there, man. They're fucking. We had a neighborhood streaker when I lived right by.
You lived in Worcester?
I lived right outside of Worcester. I never lived in Worcester. I lived in Leominster. I lived in Lancaster. I lived in Clinton. I lived in Fitchburg. I lived in. Ridge.
Well, all those people from there come to my shows at the Woo-Ha-Ha in Worcester. That's first week in February. Second week in February, I'm at Laugh Boston. Oh, in between there, during the week, I'll be at the Comedy Cellar in New York City. So you can come see me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the first week in February.
Oh, you're gonna be up there. Wait, when are you gonna be in Boston again? To get the dates again? Is it after, during, before
it's
Super
like
Bowl?
7th, 8th, 9th.
Like,
is that Super Bowl weekend?
Is it the same week as Super Bowl?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're gonna be in fucking Boston
Check
the
out.
week of fucking Super Bowl?
It's definitely
Oh, you're gonna get raped.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's Sunday the 3rd.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in
At
Boston.
3:30
I'm in
p.m.
Boston the
Okay,
next week, but I'm
okay.
I'm in
Still,
Worcester.
yeah,
I'm in Worcester just
yeah.
as bad. So don't bother getting tickets. Wait, Sunday's the game.
Right, they'll be out. They'll be
Yeah,
done.
come out. I'm only there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come out and see me, Worcester. It's a big weekend. I'll fucking go Patriots. Wait a minute. I'm from Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're from Pittsburgh. You're a
Okay.
Steelers guy.
Yeah, I am a Steelers guy.
Fuck that. I've lived in LA like
I
2.
cheered for the Eagles last year.
I think
though.
I lived here maybe 6 months longer than you did, like in this city, and fuck the Rams. I'm
What are you, a Bengals fan?
Patriots, bro. I grew up there. That's my home.
You're from
We
Cincinnati.
just talked about. I moved to Cincinnati after I had pubes.
Oh, that's where I don't know if anybody knows that. That's how you pick your team by
Pube up.
yeah, you pube up for your team.
Where and who you pube with, that defines you for the rest of your
Well,
life.
hey, after the Patriots win the Super Bowl, come see me at Laugh Boston. I think that's 7th, 8th, 9th. Is that right, Tegan? It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It could be on that fucking dry erase board I left on the bus for him to read.
For which dates?
I'm bitchy.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, no, 7th, 8th, 9th of February. I'm in.
You don't have that on your website. You have February 15th through March 7th in Adelaide, and that's the.
Before that, the weekend before.
You don't have it on.
What
your
is the weekend before?
January 26th, 27th in Pittsburgh.
And then I don't have any of the Boston
You
stuff.
don't have anything from Boston or the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, my web guy's fired.
I'm like 10 weeks from
Buddy.
having a second kid.
Buddy. It's not Buddy. That's not Buddy's job anymore.
Sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, what is the second weekend in February is what I was asking you.
Adelaide.
No.
10.
I'm telling you, it's not on there.
Give me the days, please.
Look at a regular calendar.
The first. Okay, just let me see your calendar.
I just
That-
pulled it up now. That
this-
you told me that's what you wanted.
I know this is what this. Okay, so the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I'll be in Laugh Boston in Boston. So get your tickets. They're not on eddief.com. Go to laughboston.com. So yeah, that was easy. And then I leave for Adelaide, and I'll be at the Adelaide Fringe Festival in Adelaide for a whole fucking month. You want to come down?
Nope.
Okay. Let's just start the show.
I gotta.
Is Rosa here? Make sure the camera's off.